Greetings, Tucson Unified Community. I am your superintendent, Dr. Gabriel Trujillo, proud superintendent of our Tucson Unified School District, here with a brief update regarding some very important news coming out of last night's governing board meeting. Of course, there is no piece of news more important than last night's vote. Our governing board voted to continue our mandatory mask policy for all of our students, our staff, our employees, visitors and parents coming onto our campuses, facilities, and buildings. What does that mean for you? If you're parents that are watching this, you're employees watching this, you are students, here's what it means. It means that the mandatory mask policy will continue on past September 29th indefinitely throughout this school year. And it will continue on until our governing board, utilizing very important public health data provided by the Pima County Health Department, Arizona Department of Health Services, and of course the United States Center for Disease Control, until there comes a time when these local, state, and national health agencies provide our governing board with the guidance and the data that suggests that Pima County is no longer in a state of substantial spread of this very dangerous virus. At that time, our governing board may deem it possible that masks are no longer obligatory and could perhaps be optional. That time is not now. So for now, our mandatory mask policy is the expectation indefinitely for all students, staff, and visitors to our campus. It means that we expect vendors visiting our campus, parents visiting our campus, all of our employees, all of our students to mask up any and all time that they are on our properties, our campuses, our buildings, or district facilities. It's also very important to note that last night's vote was a very important step to memorialize our commitment, our moral commitment, to prioritize not only the health and safety of all of you, our employees and our students, but also to prioritize the safety for those of us who are most at risk. The Tucson Unified School District is the proud home of just shy of 7,000 students with disabilities. Inside of those 7,000 students, we have over 1,000 of those students, almost 1,400, that meet the category for being medically fragile, or are students with active 504 plans that are put in place due to address major and significant health needs. It's in the spirit of honoring the Americans with Disabilities Act, which compels public schools and districts to create environments that are equally supportive, accessible, and provide the resources necessary for students with disabilities to receive the same high-quality instruction that their general education peers receive. It's in the spirit of this commitment that we also continue the mask mandatory policy. It's very important to note that many of these students that meet the criteria for being medically fragile or that have extensive 504 plans, they are among the most at risk of our student body. They run the highest risk of a serious infection of COVID-19 that will lead to serious and potential hospitalization over serious COVID-like illness. Our governing board and this administration recognizes that the mandatory usage of masks and face coverings makes the learning environment significantly safer and makes the learning environment accessible for the students amongst us that are most at risk. We recognize that the decision to use a mask or to wear a face covering, not just here in Tucson Unified, but around the city and in any indoor location, has been a political one, has been a difficult one. We recognize there are families out there that may not be in agreement with our district's decision to continue our mask mandatory policy. I invite all of you to explore our virtual option. The Tucson Unified Virtual Academy is free and accessible to any family that either feels uncomfortable with their children returning to in-person learning for any reason, be it the virus or the use of masks. The virtual option is there for you. And the good news is right now we are accepting applications and registrations for the second quarter, which will begin in October. As always, I appreciate the faith and the trust that you have placed in our schools, our school leaders, your teachers, your educators, and in this administration to keep your children safe and to keep your children educated. Until we see each other again, stay safe, stay healthy.